Yo guys, I'm Tomukas1 and you're watching a tutorial on how to generate yourself some cool Rubians with our image generation model. So here you can see we're in Rubians.lol, our web app, and this is what we're looking for, this DNA icon for generating new Rubians. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try to create a new image. There's two ways of generating a prompt for your image. It's either tags or text. So if you're just starting out, I would recommend you go with tags because this model is trained on a very special model. Rubians model is generated as a fine-tune of another big model, which is trained on Danboru hashtags. So each image that is like set in that big model, it's being described with these Danboru tags. And Danboru tags are something like this. If I want a boy, I would say one boy. And you can write anything, but just make sure that the post count here is a lot. For example, if it's gonna be less than 100, this thing is not gonna get seen, not gonna be displayed in the final image. One boy you can see is a very popular one. So if you press one boy, you're almost guaranteed to have a boy or whatever the model thinks is a boy, all right? We can say, for example, here, what kind of hair can we do? See, long hair, black hair, so you can like try and do something. See, blue hair, it says 90s, like a lot of these. Sure, let's do blue hair, okay? Also, one interesting thing is upper body. Upper body basically just kind of says that whatever image you make it so that it's like from head to torso, to the end of the torso, right? Something like this. And just you can do whatever, like, you know, eating, right? Maybe this character is eating. And you see, eating 95,000 images. That's pretty good. What else? Maybe banana. It could be eating banana. 5,000. Maybe that could be enough. All right, so let's say these are my tags and that should be enough. I could also instead just go with text, right? And I could just write the same thing. So this is, I would say, is a much faster way of writing a prompt if you know what kind of tags you should be using. All right, because with tags it's easy, you know, like which ones are gonna get displayed based on the post count on the trained model. So for now, let's just try and create one image. The smaller the dimensions, the quicker it's gonna be to generate. So let's try and generate now. I'm the first in queue, so currently there's nobody generating, so I'm able to just start generating right now on my own. If there would be multiple people, you would need to join the queue and generate like this. And the generations are free, so you can generate as many as you want up until you're happy with something. Okay, so let's see what we made. See, this character with blue hair, a boy, right? Eating a banana. Let's keep this in history, okay? Let's try and make a new one. Let's maybe try and use a reference image to get something that we would actually maybe want. So I got myself this image. Minimum size, maybe this one. Yeah, so I got myself an image. For the image you provide as reference, now this is gonna be the dimensions of your generated image, of the output. They're gonna be in the same dimensions. Reference image basically means that for your final image to resemble the pose and like the aesthetic in some way, not the aesthetic, basically just the pose of the provided image. So there should be like some character in the image. And the best thing would be for you to, if you are uploading an reference image, you should go like to some Photoshop or something else to try and like resize it to fit into one of these. Because again, in the model, there's like the big model that's trained. Most of the images are like being set like in the same ratio, so not to confuse the model. So it performs the best when you provide an image of these special dimensions. It will still work with others, but I think for the best results, for the best like prompt adherence, you should go with a set size. I'll show you the image that we want to make. See this guy. So what is he doing? Tongue is sticking out, medium hair, looking up. Sweater. I don't know how this motion is called. Maybe I don't think we even need to describe it because this is what this pose is all about. And then maybe we can do like some sort of like a metal background, or maybe we can think of whatever background we would like this to be. So maybe we can say like some, I don't know, game arcade. So let's try to go with one boy. Then we say solo because we don't want to have any other people in this image. Medium hair. We could also add another one. For example, we could say dark hair. Okay, so we can say dark hair, black hair. Yep, something like this. Then we can say tongue. Let's see what this is. Tongue out. Tongue out. A lot of images with tongue out. That should work pretty well. Also sweater. Sweater. Should we describe this pose? Shrugging, maybe. Shrug. Shrugging. 1000, so maybe that might be enough. Shrugging, I think it's kind of close. And then we say, I don't know, like desert, because you know, kind of Rubian's kind of in a desert environment. We could also maybe add some more interesting things, maybe goggles. Maybe they will add goggles on top of on head. Maybe wait, goggles. Let's see if there's any other options. On head, see? Goggles on head, not on face. So that's also good. And now for the strength. So we can try with different strengths. First, let's go with like a very high one, okay? For example, 0.9, 0.8. So strength basically means how strong is the reference, right, of the image, how strong is like the depth of the character defined. And the cutoff is when you're generating, how quickly you're like how much creativity are you giving to the generator. So if it would be at 1, it would be like completely the same pose, but it would lack creativity, it would lack the Rubian aesthetics, and it just AI wants to have like some creativity. So 0.8 I would think is like the minimum of when you're cutting it off, like say stop following and now create for what you think this character should be. So let's start with a very high one and let's try and see different options. Alright, so you can see this is what our result is. It's kind of good actually. I don't mind. I'm not a big fan of the goggles, but I think that's the thing. When you do a cutoff, it forces you into like this pose, right? So it forces the goggles to be like right on the eyes because it doesn't have a lot of creativity. See, the pose is very similar to the one in the reference, but it's kind of good. The strength, let's do 0.6, cutoff 0.5. This is kind of like you have to look for a sweet spot, so you can just try and generate multiple times and see what's it gonna look like. And by the way, while it's generating the history here, it's not permanent. So if you refresh your website, the history is gonna get deleted because we're currently not doing any database storage because that would start getting expensive. And you can see right here with less strength, now the tongue is not as defined as previously. Okay, because now it uses more of the Rubian's data set for how the tongues should be out. So that could also, you should try and find a middle ground. However, the goggles right now are properly on top of the head, and the desert still looks pretty good. Let's try to do one more attempt. Let's try and go for maybe like 0.7 and 0.5, maybe like a bit more strength just to get that tongue shape out. Oh, this thing sometimes happens. Gunner alert. So because the model is trained on a lot of porn images, lots of naked girls and stuff, I have put in like this safety mechanism to prevent getting some like nude content on Rubians just in case. So if the model thinks this is something inappropriate, it's gonna give you Gunner alert. And that's unfortunate. We'll try to find some better approaches, but for now that's how it is. Sometimes you're gonna get Gunner alert because the model thinks that this is something inappropriate. Okay, we got something. Hey, come on, like that's pretty cool. The goggles are on eyebrows. It's not ideal, but I mean like this is something nice. Like it looks kind of quirky, right? It's confident and everything. I mean, it looks pretty nice. So now that I'm happy with this image, I am going to unlock it. So this is where the payment comes in. You're paying a fixed price. It's always going to be changing. It's always around 5 cents of a dollar to unlock it. And that's basically just so that we could add this image. What happens when you unlock it? This image gets put on chain, and also the prompt and the image gets saved on the database so that we can get the best created images and add them to our training set to make the model even stronger. All right, so now let's try and unlock it. We both help the Rubian brand and we get ourselves some high quality images. Transaction success and download image. That's it. We got ourselves an image that we can post. So please do try it, let us know if it's cool, and this is going to lead into something very special. This is just the very start. We have big ambitions on like AI in games, simulations, world building, storytelling. We're just getting our feet wet with this. So thanks for supporting Rubians, and I cannot wait to see what you cook up. Bye bye.